Hey guys, Sahsimon here, and thanks for stopping by and checking out my channel. Today we are talking about Friday the 13th the game and a new game mode I came up with called Possession. This game mode will have to deal with Jason possessing the other counselors, how it happens, how the game mode works, and what types of things you need to do in order to win in this game mode. This idea is taken from Jason Goes to Hell, but with a completely different spin. If you guys enjoy the video, do the button thing, subscribe, and leave a comment letting me know what you think. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and here we go. So, like most of the other game modes, all the things work the same as always. In this game mode though, you are not trying to escape camp or call the cops, so the phone and items to get the vehicles ready will not be in this game mode. Also, the time limit of 20 minutes remains, however, in this game mode, you won't win if you survive the night. You just die. Items like the pocket knife and firecrackers are no longer as useful for this game mode because a large portion of this game mode isn't playing as Jason. This game mode is not about teamwork as much as survival. However, working together is something players will have to figure out during their match. Jason will possess counselors in order to try and keep his spirit alive. By doing this, he buys himself enough time to keep looking throughout camp for a book, a specific book called the Necronomicon. The match will start with the FBI blowing Jason to hell in a cutscene, and as he dies, one random player will be chosen to hold Jason's spirit, which will in turn make that counselor evil. When this happens, the counselor will have the timer to let that player know how much time they have until Jason's spirit will destroy that counselor's body, spirit, or whatever you want to call it, causing that player to die and be eliminated from the match. Then Jason's spirit will go into the next random player and on until everyone is dead. If this happens and all players die, the last counselor left as Jason wins the match. When a player starts out with Jason's spirit in them, there will be a timer starting at 2 minutes. That player, as Jason, will have 2 minutes to try and get their body back, and it can only be done by finding the Necronomicon and returning it to your shack. Players will be able to extend their time by looking for the book by killing other counselors. Each counselor killed will grant you another 2 minutes to continue your search. If you manage to kill all the counselors in this form, then you win the match. If you played the game back when team killing was around, then you know how easy it was to kill counselors with other counselors, and that's just how this will be too. However, whoever has Jason's spirit will be a lot tougher to kill, and their stamina will drain slower and recover faster to allow them to search more in their limited time. Also, other players won't know who is possessed by Jason until they are attacked, get possessed themselves, or see a counselor kill another one. Even then, you won't know which one is possessed and which one is just a player defending themselves, unless of course you hit them a bunch of times and they don't die. Every counselor will have to pay close attention to the other players. Creating this confusion and chaos for the game mode is part of what happened in Jason Goes to Hell with the possessed people. As a possessed counselor, your main objective is to try and find the Necronomicon and get it back to Jason's shack. If you can manage to do this, then you will expel Jason's spirit from your counselor's body and Jason will return in a cutscene crawling out of hell from the graveyard. At this point, the counselor that expels Jason from their body will then take over controlling Jason. The counselor you were playing will be described as Escape and you can begin your new murder spree. And, as an idea for this game mode, since it has to do with Jason going to hell, I would like to suggest that the only Jason that can return from hell is the Savini Jason. By that I mean, in this game mode, this will always be the Jason that comes back. I suggest this for two reasons. One, that character was created just for this reason, as the Savini Jason skin was what Jason was supposed to look like once he escaped hell. Two, it will allow all the people that didn't back the game or were able to get lucky enough and buy that skin the chance to play the character. I think this is fair because if you don't own the skin, this will be the only time and way you can play as that Jason. Plus, there is no guarantee you will get to play as him anyway. In order to do so means you would have to get the book, return it to the shack, get your body back, all within the time frame, and still hope there are a couple counselors left to chase down. Also, since this version of Jason is supposed to be stronger than the others, it would help to off-balance what I'm about to say next. Once Jason returns, he will be weakened very much from escaping from hell. So much in fact that players will not need Tommy in this mode to kill Jason or the sweater in order to stun him. If you can get his mask off and stun him with a weapon, then any player can take the winning swing and plant a machete in his face and win the match. However, this is only possible once a player has expelled Jason from their body, knocked off his mask, stunned him with some type of weapon, then completed the button mechanic with a machete to kill him. Now, while playing as a possessed counselor sounds fun, it has its challenges. You are on the hunt for the Necronomicon and only have 2 minutes to find it and get it back to your shack unless you can manage to kill some counselors and extend your time. While playing as a possessed counselor, you will have all the abilities and skills of your counselor, meaning you can lock and unlock doors, go through windows, run as your specific counselor will allow, and so on. However, your perks mean nothing. You can pick up any of the weapons to attack other counselors with. You won't have any of Jason's abilities because he is dead, and you're just a little bitch cabin counselor. You will be more durable, able to take more damage than any normal counselor could, but not invulnerable. Your stamina will drain and recover faster to allow you a better chance at living and extending your 2 minutes. Other counselors can hit you and do damage with enough hits they can kill you and free Jason's soul to go into the next person. As I said earlier, you won't know who is possessed, so it's in everyone's best interest to keep to themselves while looking for the Necronomicon. If you find the Necronomicon as a possessed counselor, picking up the book will place it in your quick select item bar. However, if you are attacked while carrying the Necronomicon as any player, the book will fall out of your inventory and need to be picked up again. If the book does fall to the floor, any player can pick it up, and it is in their interest to do so, because this is where the game gets interesting. The Necronomicon will protect any player that is not possessed by Jason's spirit, meaning if you are holding the Necronomicon and the possessed counselor dies, Jason's spirit cannot go into your counselor because the book will protect you from possession, which is why you want to find the book as soon as possible in the match. Holding the book in a non-possessed counselor's inventory keeps them safe from becoming Jason, and it comes down to the last two players and the possessed counselor is chasing the other player with the Necronomicon, and their timer ends, Jason's spirit will go to hell and the remaining counselor will win the match. Another reason why you want to find the book and play keep away from Jason. However, the Necronomicon isn't the only book on the map that can protect counselors. The other two books, A Manual of Occultism and 30 Years Among the Dead, will also offer protection to unpossessed counselors and prevent Jason from being able to enter their bodies. This ensures that more than one player can survive and hold their own, along with having an extra hand in the event that Jason returns from hell to kill the rest of the players. However, just like you can drop the Necronomicon if you have it and are hit, the same can happen with these other two books, allowing other players to pick them up and run off so they can save their own bacon. Therefore, I say this game mode is more about keeping yourself safe and alive over helping others. However, you do need to work together at the same time in order to prevent Jason from getting his body back, because if he does return to the map, he will return with all of his abilities. By playing for yourself, you protect not only you, but also the other counselors, because you are keeping the book away from Jason and them. Because let's be honest, in this game mode, everyone is going to be running all over everywhere, hitting all the other players to see if they drop a book. Ideally, you want to have players holding all three books and have whoever is the possessed counselor die by the time expiring, allowing those three players to win the match. The other two books offer just as much protection from Jason's spirit, but they cannot be used by the possessed counselor at Jason's shack to get his body back. As I said before, if Jason gets his body back, that counselor will take over playing him and they will need to hunt down the rest of the campers and kill them to win. However, because of his return from hell, Jason will be extra weak and can be killed by any counselor as long as they go through the steps I described earlier of knocking off his mask, stunning him with some type of weapon, and then completing the button mechanic with a machete to kill him. Playing as a regular counselor offers its own new adventure. If you are not chosen to be Jason's vessel at the start of the match, then your main objective is to find the Necronomicon and some type of weapon to defend yourself. You will also want to find some med sprays in case you need to heal yourself. If you do find the Necronomicon early, good for you. By now you know you can't be possessed by Jason. However, once a regular player picks up the book, it will automatically alert Jason to where it is on the map, similar to how the radio provides noise to alert Jason. The other two books will not have this feature. At this point, the possessed player will know where the book is and try their best to get to it and the counselor, killing whoever they have to along the way to extend their time. The player that has the book needs to do their best not to let Jason get his hands on it, because then he can return from hell in his body. Players will want to keep running away from the possessed player instead of fighting them, because if they hit you, you can drop the book and risk them getting Jason's body back. You can stand your ground and fight, but you open yourself up to a lot of unanswered situations with the possessed player getting the book and being able to get Jason's body back, along with what might happen to you because you no longer have any protection against possession and are not as tough in a fight as the possessed player. In the event Jason returns from hell, the pocket knife and firecrackers are very much back in play to fight him. This system of being able to hit the other players and steal the books that protect them from getting possessed is meant for a few things. It makes it so that no one will be sure who the possessed player is, because everyone will try hitting everyone if they don't have a book to save themselves from becoming Jason, which means they won't just be one counselor out there hitting the others, giving away who they really are. This helps to create confusion for players and to ensure that players can't team up on the possessed counselor and just beat them to death. Even if you do play this way, the next counselor will just get possessed anyway, or any player that is not protected by a book. Another thing to know about this game mode, players can only carry one of the books on them at a time. Once you pick up one, that is the book you will be stuck with, no carrying multiple books. Players can switch either one of the two books for the Necronomicon, but not the Necronomicon for either one of the others, due to the book creating a ping for Jason to find and because it is the best one of the books. All of the counselors will be able to see where the other counselors are on the map, as long as you have a map. Because as I said, you won't know who the possessed player is, so showing you where everyone is and where they are going doesn't matter if you are playing keep away. It does matter though if you don't have a book and need to find the other players quick. Also, it allows whoever is the possessed counselor to see where the other players are because they only have 2 minutes anyway. And since they cannot morph or shift on the map, they are confined to the small area they start in and who they can reach in that 2 minutes to keep alive while moving closer toward the other players. Likewise, the other players need to be running all over trying to find these books, because the first 2 minutes can be really fast or very slow depending on how good a player you are going up against. No reason to lock doors because the possessed counselor can climb through windows anyway, and you might need those extra couple seconds to find a book before this time is up and you are the next person getting possessed. Well guys, that is it. This is my idea for a possession game mode. I know it's not the best thing in the world, but I really tried to make it something fun and unique while trying to keep it within the spirit of the films and the game we have come to all know so well. Anyway, I hope you guys liked the video, and if so, check out my other stuff and keep watching. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.